What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Casual Big Ten Podcast. Today is Wednesday, October 25th, 2023. My name is Kent Peterson. I'm the host of this show, and on today's show, we're going to discuss Week 9 of the Big Ten football action. What's going to happen this week? What's coming up? Who's playing? What time are they playing? What channel is it on? And we're not going to talk anything about any scandal that is taking place in this conference. Did that all 2 days ago. First of all, a couple things. I'm late again. I said on Tuesday or Monday, whenever you listened, that I would not be late for this episode, and I was wrong. I was totally wrong. I lied. It's not the first time, and it will not be the last. I will continue to lie about things that are coming up in the future for this podcast. But I'll definitely have the Bet Big episode on Friday morning. I say definitely. Haven't even talked to B1G Wilson or Bet Big Brad yet this week. And like I said, it's Wednesday, so we're going to have to record that tomorrow at some point. I hope their schedules are free. Guys, if you're listening, text me. Are y'all free tonight? Thursday night? Are you available? I hope so, because we got a show to put on. Also coming up is a bunch of games in the Big Ten. We're going to talk about all of that right now. Why waste any time? I'm not going to waste much time today on the show. I'm going to try to get this done in less than 15 minutes. A little old school. When I first started the show, I used to do this. Just rip through the games, mention a couple things about each one, get you guys excited. And there's only 5 this week, so it shouldn't take that long. First one, there's really not much to talk about. It's Indiana. It's Penn State. It's the Hoosiers traveling to Happy Valley. They are definitely going to lose this game. What else do we need to say about this? I would not be surprised if Indiana takes a 7-0 lead and then loses 56-7, because that's something that Indiana has been doing a lot of this year. Game time, noon. It's on CBS. Set your calendars if you're ready to see how Penn State will bounce back from that disappointing loss at Ohio State. Still got a chance. Still got a chance in the Big Ten East, but they're going to need to win the rest of their games, no doubt. And then they're going to need some help from Ohio State on the losing end. They need the Buckeyes to lose a couple games for them to make it. Do they have to lose both? They have to lose 2, right? So they'll probably need Ohio State to lose to Michigan, obviously, and then Wisconsin for them to be able to make it to the Big Ten championship at this point. But hey, anything can and anything will happen usually in college football. So, next game, let's just cruise right along. We got Maryland at Northwestern. This game's also at noon. It's on Big Ten Network. Game 2, of the 2 games, this one I predict will be better. And I say of the 2 games, of the 2 noon games, I think this one will be a little bit closer. I really need to see Maryland win this game handily and kind of blow Northwestern out, because just like they've done the last few years, started out really hot and then October showed up and the Terrapins did not show out. In fact, they disappeared last couple games. So I'm expecting Maryland to go down to Northwestern and win big. I said that I was going to do my homework in the last 2 days and see what Ben Bryant is up to and why he wasn't playing last week. I didn't do that homework, so I'm going to do it right now and see if I can find anything. Ben Bryant injury. Let's see what is there an update on this? He was out against Nebraska. We know that. Let me just click on this Nebraska one. Maybe it'll say he's out for a couple weeks. Let's see. Will my internet load? Game of the day. Ben Bryant, college football news. Which quarterback will be under center? That was from October 5th, though. Upper body injury suffered against Penn State. Brendan Sullivan will start. No news. Can't find anything about Ben Bryant. So I guess I'm expecting Brendan Sullivan to start once again this week. And if he does, I even more expect Maryland to win by even more. I expect them to win by even more so than I did just a few minutes ago if Ben Bryant's not playing. But like Maryland in this game, obviously on the road, they need to get a win back. They need to get a win back after the last couple of weeks. A team that really needs a win is Michigan State. 49-0 last week against a rival at home. Talked about that game already, but they now have to travel to Minnesota, who's coming off that huge Iowa win, controversial Iowa win for some people. If you're a rule book follower and a reader with comprehension skills, it's not controversial at all. And Minnesota won the Lloyd of What the fuck am I saying? Floyd of Rosedale. Why am I saying Floyd of Lloyd? And why am I cursing? It's not that serious. I shouldn't be cussing. But Minnesota has Floyd, so they have a pig trophy now. That makes it even harder for Michigan State, I think, to win this game for some reason. And they have a hard enough time winning games this year. So I like Minnesota in this game. Their defense is going to be a little bit too much. Michigan State couldn't get anything going at home last week against one of the best defenses in the country. Couldn't even get a first down. Only had 21 plays in the first half last week. 21 plays. I think they'll be a little bit better against Minnesota, who also got blown out by Michigan. I said I wasn't going to talk about Michigan today. But it is a fair comparison, though, when you're looking at common opponents. Minnesota and Michigan State have both played them, and they lost by about the same amount. So maybe this will be a good game. Maybe this will be a good one. I just don't like what I've seen from the Spartans, and they're getting dangerously close to finishing out the season without a Big Ten win. Dangerously close to that. And that would be sad. You know, that'd be really sad after everything they've been through this season and in the offseason. Looks like my sidebar here, if you're watching on YouTube. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm very aware that I haven't shaved in a while. I'm Travis Kelce for Halloween, and we're going to a Halloween party this weekend. So for that reason, I didn't shave. And I'm supposed to have this like silly mustache and like wear this like crazy outfit. So that's why I look kind of ridiculous right now. I'm also going to get my hair cut, which let's see how that's looking right now. Not great. All right. Getting off topic. I said 15 minutes. It's only been 7 minutes. I'm cruising. Sidebar not working for this one. It's at Nebraska, Purdue, traveling down there. By the way, that last game, Michigan State, Minnesota, that's at 3:30 on BTN. This one will also be at 3:30 on FS1. Purdue and Nebraska. I like Nebraska in this game. I think their defense, if you look at their last 4 to 5 games at this point and take one of those games out where they got blown out, defenses looked really solid. Now, I know the opponents that they had, like Northwestern last week, aren't the best offensively when you're talking about a team that's playing solid on defense, but I think that Purdue is not the best offensively. So I'm looking for Nebraska's defense, especially at home, keeping Purdue probably under 17 points. So I think if Nebraska can get to 21, this game will be a win for the Cornhuskers, and that's how I see that going. Going to be quick, like I said. All right, don't have to change the sidebar. It's already there because I messed up. Game of the week. And let's be honest, guys. Week 9 here, these 5 games, with everybody that's on bye, there's not a lot to choose from. The first 4 games that I talked about, there's a reason why I'm talking about them quickly. I'm not that excited. I've said this before, though. Football is very much like pizza. There's no such thing as bad football. There's no such thing as bad pizza. There's just pizza and really good pizza. And there's football and really good football. And this weekend, I feel like we just have football. And sometimes that's okay. Ohio State going to Wisconsin. One of the games that I said that Penn State would need Ohio State to lose has got to be this one because the rest of Ohio State's schedule looks like wins, except for the game at the end of the year is going to be competitive. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen in that game. But I do like, as my voice cracks, I do like Ohio State in this game, 7-0 going in. And Wisconsin just hasn't showed a ton. I'm thinking of the game last week. I've been really down on Illinois, even though they beat Maryland. I'm really down on Illinois, so everybody that Wisconsin has beat, it seems like it's been close. Have they blown anybody out, really? I mean, some of the teams that they beat this year were blown out by teams that I consider not as good as Wisconsin. Let's see. Their biggest blowout this year was probably Buffalo and Purdue were both 38-17. I think those are their biggest blowouts. But, you know, they lose to Iowa 2 weeks ago by, let me do the math, 9. And then they lost to Illinois. I'm sorry, they beat Illinois. By the way, last second game-winning left tackle pass reception touchdown. He was on the receiving end. The quarterback threw the ball. Left tackle catches a game-winning touchdown against Illinois with less than a minute to go to win that game by 4. Unbelievable. Don't know how. Actually, I do know how. Somehow that highlight avoids my Twitter timeline for 2 days, and I don't see that play until I watch the Illinois-Wisconsin game back. I don't know how that happens. I tweeted about it. I had a bunch of Wisconsin fans saying, it's because you're a casual, which is what the name of the podcast is, so it doesn't hurt my feelings. But also, I don't think a casual fan would be going back to watch a Wisconsin-Illinois game. But they were mad I didn't see it live, I guess, even though I was at a different game at the time in the Big Ten. So I don't know what people are so goddamn stupid. Let's see. What was I just talking about? Ohio State going to Wisconsin. Ohio State's going to win. They're favored by a couple touchdowns. I think they're going to win. I think they're one of the best teams in the country. Kyle McCord's been looking good. Defense has been so good. I was very surprised how well their defense played against Penn State. I'll be honest. I thought that Penn State would give them a little bit more, even though it was on the road for the Nittany Lions. Really surprised with how well Ohio State's defense played, and they got Maserati Marv. I mean, who's stopping that guy? Who's stopping that guy if you're Wisconsin? I don't think anybody is. But I would like to see this be a good game, though. It's a primetime game. I'll have both eyes on my TV screen watching this one very closely. Won't get called a casual this week. I'll be tweeting about this game live. I'm really excited for this one. Like I said, game of the week. Hopefully it's close, but I really do like Ohio State in this game. That's it, though. Man, I messed up my sidebar huge this week. I didn't even save the goodbye one either. That's on me, guys. That's on me. I'm not going to apologize, though. There's probably only 40 people watching on YouTube, so I'm not going to apologize. I feel bad for them that I messed up the little sidebar, but that's a normal thing. Here's what I'll do. I'll try to do better for the Bet Big episode. I'll try. Actually, the last few Bet Big episodes, it's been on point on the sidebar. The sidebar has been on point. Where's the sidebar? This right here? It's been really good on Friday. So come back Friday. Let's see if I can get this thing working again. And let's see if we can make some good picks again this week. Had a winning record last week. Bet Big Brad on fire. On fire. Should be charging for his picks at this point. Profitable this year in the Big Ten gambling world. But thanks everybody for listening. Enjoy the games this week. Don't forget to, if you're watching this, if you watch this all the way through on YouTube, if you watched all, how many minutes are we at? 13 and a half minutes of this, then you should be subscribed. I would expect that. And if you're a podcast listener and you're just accidentally leaving this on and you're still hearing my voice for some reason, and you're wondering what the hell is this guy still talking about, why don't you close the episode and leave the app open, but go back to my page and hit 5 stars. I would appreciate that very much. We'll see you guys on Friday. Enjoy the games. We'll see you guys in the future.